Recording in progress.
I call to order the Adrian City Commission meeting for December 20th, 2021. If everyone would please rise for a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Mayor Heath,
Present.
Commissioner Howell,
Present.
Commissioner Roberts. Present. Commissioner Miller's absent. Commissioner Strayer,
Present.
Commissioner Castleberry. Present. Commissioner Gauss.
Present.
All commission members present with the exception of Commissioner Miller.
At this time, we're going to have a proclamation read, and there's nobody here to receive it as the family has already received the proclamation, but we would just like to acknowledge all the years of service to the city of Adrian that Al Smith, who just recently passed away, has given. And we're going to read the proclamation that was given to the family at the funeral home from the city of Adrian. But before I even do that, I would just like to publicly also thank our Adrian Fire Department and our Adrian Police Department. I know that the family reached out along with the funeral home asking for police and fire escort since he had done so much in both of those areas for the city of Adrian, and they responded graciously and gave up their time. And the police, we had 2 police cars that led the processional to Oakwood Cemetery today, with the fire truck following with the lights on all the way to the Oakwood Cemetery. So thank you to both of those for everyone that helped make that happen. That was greatly appreciated by the family, more than you will probably ever know from what they told me today. So this proclamation was given to the family. Whereas born on November 30th, 1952, Al Smith was a lifelong resident of the city of Adrian. And whereas after graduating from Adrian High School, Al went on to serve his country in the United States Air Force until 1955. And whereas Al's service to his community began with his membership in the local JC's chapter, serving in many positions prior to receiving the prestigious JC Senator Award. And whereas Al served on the Adrian City Planning Commission from 1970 until 1979, 4 of those years as chairman. And whereas in 1980, he was appointed to a vacant seat on the Adrian City Commission, to which he was later elected. And whereas Al was appointed to the position of mayor by the City Commission in 1982 and elected as mayor in 1983, serving for 2 more years. And whereas in 1985, Al was selected to serve the city in the role of administrator, which he held until he retired in 1998. And whereas in true service to his community, Al returned to the city as a consultant in 2003 and again as interim city administrator in 2006. And whereas Al Smith has had many great accomplishments during his 30 years of service at the city of Adrian, including the passage of the bond for the completion of the new Adrian Fire Station, which was named after him on his 80th birthday in 2012. Now, therefore, I, Angela Sword Heath, Mayor of the City of Adrian, Michigan, do hereby honor and remember Eldon Smith for his service and his commitment to the City of Adrian. Moving on to communications. C1 Finance, we have a revenue and expenditure report for October. Commissioners, are there any questions or comments on that? Moving on to the consent agenda. May I get a motion to adopt the consent agenda?
So move.
I have a motion from Commissioner Halt with a second from Commissioner Gauss. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Halt,
Yes.
Commissioner Roberts.
Yes.
Commissioner Strayer.
Yes.
Commissioner Castleberry.
yes,
Commissioner Gauss,
Yes.
Mayor Heath.
Yes.
Consent agenda approved by unanimous vote.
Moving on to our regular agenda. Under ordinances, ordinance 21-011 is a first reading and introduction of an ordinance to amend the City of Adrian zoning development regulations and the zoning map to which reference is therein made to the extent of deleting 922 Addison Street from the R4 Single Family Residential District and including the same in the ERO Education, Research, and Office District. This is our first reading only. Moving on to special order. We have special order -1. It's a public hearing to hear and consider comments regarding the draft 2021 Parks and Recreation Master Plan. At this time, I call the public hearing to order. If there are any public comments on this for this hearing in-house, we will take those first, and then we will open it up to Zoom. We are not receiving any comments, so anyone on Zoom that would like to participate in the public hearing may do so at this time. Hearing no comments, we call the public hearing closed. Moving on to resolutions. Resolution R21-174 is from Parks and Recreation. It is a resolution to approve a proposal for an aquatic center feasibility study. May I get a motion to adopt the resolution?
Move to adopt the resolution.
support,
Are there any public comments? Are there any commissioner comments? I have a motion from Commissioner Strayer with a second from Commissioner Castleberry. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Roberts,
Yes.
Commissioner Strayer,
Yes.
Commissioner Castleberry,
yes,
Commissioner Gauss,
Yes.
Mayor Heath,
Yes.
Commissioner Halt.
Yes.
Resolution adopted by unanimous vote.
Resolution R21-175 is from the Fire Department. It is a resolution to approve expenditure of American Rescue Plan funds to sponsor one Fire Academy recruit. May I get a motion to adopt the resolution?
Move to adopt the resolution.
support,
Are there any public comments? Are there any commissioner comments? I have a motion from Commissioner Halt with a second from Commissioner Roberts. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Strayer,
Yes.
Commissioner Castleberry,
yes,
Commissioner Gauss,
Yes.
Mayor Heath,
Yes.
Mr. Halt,
Yes.
Commissioner Roberts.
Yes.
Resolution adopted by unanimous vote.
Resolution R21-176 is from the City Commission. It is a resolution to approve an employment agreement for the city administrator. May I get a motion to adopt the resolution?
Move to adopt the resolution. Support.
Are there any public comments? Are there any commissioner comments? I have a motion from Commissioner Strayer with a second from Commissioner Gauss. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Castleberry,
yes,
Commissioner Gauss,
Yes.
Mayor Heath,
Yes.
Commissioner Halt,
Yes.
Commissioner Roberts,
Yes.
Commissioner Strayer.
Yes.
Resolution adopted by unanimous vote.
There are miscellaneous reports in your packet. Are there any questions or comments, commissioners, on those? Moving on to public comment. We are going to start in chambers and then we will open it up on Zoom. Just to reiterate, there is a 3-minute time limit. And for the record, please state your name and address. There is no public comment in the chambers, so we will move to Zoom.
Mr. Berryman, you are on mute. If you're trying to speak, we can't hear you.
He's not muted.
Still can't hear you, Behrman.
Jim, we can't hear you, but you're not muted.
Oh, he's muted now. There we go. Mm-mm.
Not working?
You are
can hear you
now. Now
now.
we can hear you.
Okay, well, there goes my 3 minutes. Let me just say that I want to, I know a time limit here, so I can't obviously thank everybody that needs to be thanked, but I certainly wanted to thank the city administrator and the mayor and the commission for all of your support in helping Comstock Christmas Riverwalk come together this year. With the wind and rain, we've had a few challenges, but you know, it's an outdoor event and those things happen. I just wanted to make sure that publicly I shared my deep appreciation to Jeremiah Davies at Parks and Forestry, Matt and Eric Kelly at DPW and his crew. This just would not come together without them. They get in the spirit. There's never any complaints, not that I'm aware of. They are, again, it just would not happen without their support, their ingenuity. And I so appreciate it because I think, you know, what we've all working together been able to do this year, I think put the best looking park together that we've had in the 8 years we've been doing it. So on that point, thank you very much. Deep appreciation from me. I love it, everything I do for the park every day. I do enjoy watching families, kids coming into the park, smiling, laughing. There are so many things in this country, in this world that to not smile about. To be able to have a place to go where there's music being played in the background and there's laughter and there's families taking pictures. Those are the rewards that I think are absolutely worth every effort that goes into making this event happen. With the little time I have left, I also want to thank the city. The mayor was at Al Smith's this afternoon. I thought the police escort and the fire truck escort for Al was extremely well thought of. Thank you very much. I'm sure I know the family because they expressed it to me how much it meant to them to walk outside and see the fire truck there. So he was a great administrator and a great individual. Like I said today, we don't make them like that anymore. So thank you, City of Adrian. You did a great job.
Hearing no more public comment, we will now move on to commissioner comments. Are there any commissioner comments?
I want to thank the DPW guys for helping out at the food drive. That was my first one that I got to attend and it was pretty cool. And they kept everybody warm and donuts and hot dogs, donuts from Al and then hot dogs. So that was pretty awesome. And they did a great job. It was cold and rainy.
Commissioner Roberts?
Yes, I'd like to thank our city administrator and congratulate him on his contract. And we appreciate the work you've done over the last year and a half as being administrator. So thank you.
And, of course, Jim had to speak and steal my thunder, but just kidding. I was giving him a hard time today, but Jim Berryman, we cannot thank you enough. I don't know how much, if anybody realizes how many hours and how much effort he puts into doing Comstock Christmas Tree Walk. I'm telling you, I will have people that will contact and say, there's a section of lights out, or I'll see it myself, or and I'll reach out to Jim and he's like, oh yeah, okay, I'll be back. I've been down there 3 times today and I've seen him physically down there many times, and he's always trying to keep those lights going and he's always trying to help out. And we had trees tipping. Mine almost went into the river. We had some trees that were going a little crazy, and he was down there trying to get them back into the ground and trying to do whatever he could. And he just does this out of the goodness of his heart, and just because he loves the city and he wants it to be beautiful and he wants to make Christmas a really magical and great time here for the city of Adrian. So we cannot thank you enough, Jim, for how many endless hours you put into the Christmas walk, and we really appreciate it. So thank you. May I get a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Support.
I have a motion from Commissioner Gauss with a second from Commissioner Roberts. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.